Hello everyone, I am finally back with a long overdue TTC update. So I've received a few messages from some of you wondering why I haven't been doing my TTC updates. Some of you mentioned that maybe I'm pregnant and that's why I haven't been doing any updates. So I wanted to sit down today and do a video to update you all on what's been going on. First and foremost, I want to let you know that I am not pregnant. If and when that time comes where I find out I'm pregnant, I don't foresee myself withholding that from you. I'll probably just want enough time to tell family and friends. I don't plan on keeping my pregnancy a secret when and if that time comes. The reason why I haven't been doing any TTC updates is honestly just because there hasn't been anything to update you guys on. John and I are kind of in this weird waiting period where I'm still waiting to see a new OBGYN. John is waiting to be referred out to maybe a specialist to get checked out. So we're just like in this weird phase where we're still trying, but as far as the medical side of everything, nothing is making progress right now. So we are just waiting for that. But recently we have made some lifestyle changes that I wanted to share with you in case you're in a similar situation and you want to maybe do something to see if it helps. This all really has to do with food related things. The biggest change that I'm making is cutting back on my caffeine consumption, which for me is extremely difficult. I am a coffee lover. Coffee runs through my veins. It gives me life and brings light into my day. Coffee. I'm not cutting it out completely because I feel like that would just be too much for me right now. So typically I'll have my cup of coffee in the morning after breakfast. Sometimes I would have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, and then in the afternoon I would have another cup of coffee. So on average, I'd say 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day is what is typically normal for me. I have been limiting myself to 1 cup of coffee a day, and it's hard, you guys. Like, coffee is such a comfort for me. I worked for Starbucks for over 5 years, so coffee has been a big part of my life. And I no longer work for Starbucks, by the way, but for over 5 years of my life, I worked there and had free reign over how much coffee I could have every day and what kind of coffee. And anyways, coffee is a huge part of my life, and it's really hard to cut back on that. But so far I'm doing okay with just 1 cup of coffee. In the afternoon, sometimes I really feel like I'm dragging my feet, and it's in those moments where it's really hard for me to not just brew a cup of coffee. The second big change we have made is what we're eating. Now, before all of this, we didn't really eat badly. It was just, we could have made better choices with what kind of food we eat. John and I have established like a fertility diet. I don't really like saying diet. It's more of like a fertility boosting nutrition plan. And the one I found, it's not like a particular diet where it's like all laid out for you and this is what you should eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner kind of thing. I found this website, and I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head what it's called. It's like Natural Fertility Diet or Natural Fertility something. I'll put it across the screen here. And I'll link it down below as well. It's this whole website dedicated to giving information on natural fertility, boosting foods and things. One night, John and I sat down and read through as much information as we could on that website about they call it a natural fertility boosting diet thing. I don't know the exact name. Again, I'll put it here. But it's basically, it has all this information on foods and what each food does to help boost fertility, and it's a really great website. I would highly recommend you go on there in case you're interested in implementing some changes into your diet. We've started eating according to a lot of the information we found on this website. So it's like vegetables, a lot of leafy greens like spinach and kale, protein, but mostly protein from beans, and lean meat. Another thing it talks about is how carbs aren't really great. I have a huge sweet tooth, you guys, so I have really cut back on that. I'll allow maybe once or twice a week for myself to have desserts now, just because dessert was like an everyday thing for me, whether it be ice cream or cookies or chocolate, or hot chocolate and cookies, coffee and cookies, like you name it. I am a dessert gal, so right now I have it cut back to having dessert twice a week. And it's a hard change to make, but I'm hoping overall it will help improve my fertility, improve my health, and the same thing for John as well. This is the 4th week I'm doing this diet change, and I think I'm finally getting to the point where I am finding what works for me and what doesn't. So if you want me to do a video one of these days on like a what I eat in a day type video, let me know in the comments down below, and I would be happy to put that together for you in case you're curious about this fertility nutrition plan and want to give it a shot for yourself. I've been drinking raspberry leaf tea. It's an herbal tea, and again, this website has a ton of information on this tea. The one I got is traditional medicines. I don't know if it'll focus on it, but it's organic red raspberry leaf tea. It's caffeine free since it is an herbal tea, and basically there are a ton of benefits to this tea, but one of the main ones I read was it helps improve uterine health. So it helps with symptoms of endometriosis and PCOS, uterine fibroids, heavy periods, and it helps to tone and strengthen the pelvic area, including the uterus. So you do have to be careful with this tea. It is not recommended to drink if you are in your first trimester of pregnancy. So when you're trying to conceive, it's recommended that you take it from the start of your cycle all the way up until ovulation, and then you stop drinking this tea until either your second trimester of pregnancy or until you start your next cycle. So I'm currently in my 2-week wait right now, so I've stopped taking this since I ovulated, but it's really good. It doesn't taste, I don't know, it doesn't really have a distinct taste. It doesn't taste bad. It's not a tea I would necessarily crave and want to drink all the time, but it's not bad tasting at all. I usually just mix it with a little bit of honey and drink it at night. I think you can have 2 to 3 cups of this a day, but I've just started with 1 cup. Another change I have made is with my prenatal vitamins. Before I was taking, I think it's like Nature Made prenatal, but I've been doing research on different types of prenatal vitamins and decided to give this one a try by the brand Zahler, and it's the prenatal plus DHA, and it's more like plant-based vitamins, and it has folate instead of folic acid. I did not realize that folic acid is the synthetic form of folate, so I wanted to try a prenatal vitamin with folate and not folic acid, just to see if that makes a difference and maybe it'll be better for me in the long run. So I've been trying these out. I really like them. You take 2 pills a day, so you don't have to take like a prenatal and then DHA and then fish oil and all this stuff. It's all in one, or I guess all in 2, and there's no fishy aftertaste or anything like that, which some prenatal vitamins have that like fishy after burp kind of thing, and ugh, no thank you. One of the last things that I have done, that I have been doing every single day, is drinking pure pomegranate juice. I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard of this. It is the wonderful 100% pure pomegranate juice, and this is like the bigger bottle that I found at Sam's Club. And yes, this stuff is expensive. This bottle was on sale for $7 when it's normally, I think, $10. So this is expensive. I thought I would give it a shot. I love cranberry juice, and this reminds me so much of cranberry juice. It has that like tartness that cranberry juice has. But yeah, I'll drink like 1 to 2 cups of this every day, and it's a way for me to get natural sugar in, and it's full of antioxidants and good vitamins. Again, you can do research on pomegranate juice, and there are apparently a lot of benefits for fertility in pomegranate juice. So that's an overview of some of the changes that I have been making. I have no idea if this is gonna make any difference, but I figured since we're in this waiting period, I might as well try and change what I'm eating and drinking and seeing if that makes any difference for us. But if you have tried anything similar to this that I talked about in this video, if you've made any changes in your diet, or have any recommendations for me, please let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing your guys' advice and hearing about what's worked for you. So that's it for this TTC update video. I will not be doing TTC updates every week. I'll only be filming them as new updates happen or I have new information for you guys. So just bear with me on that. And again, thank you so much for all of your kind words, your prayers, your encouragement. It means so much to me, and I'm so happy that you've decided to join me on this journey. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any of my updates. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.